What's going on, guys? Jake the Fishing Guy here. Today we are going over PFDs or life jackets. I'm going to go over two of my favorite ones with an honorable third mention. I don't have one right now. Actually, hold on. Now I have a third one. So first up, this is an NRS Chinook, all right? This is probably one of my favorite PFDs that I've worn. Very lightweight. The padding on it isn't like real cheap padding. Like, it's not like the orange PFDs you wear. The back of this is very breathable. Some of my favorite features, I have a GoPro wrist strap, right? It's right here. Makes it easy to film from a chesty. Also keeps everything out of your way, especially if you reel left-handed, which I do. So it definitely, you want to put it on the right side or whatever side your dominant hand is. Put your GoPro on the right. Also keeps it from moving around a whole lot. On this side, we got a whistle. Moving down, we got some very, very convenient pockets, which is another huge thing that I look for when I'm purchasing another PFD, right? I keep my Newport key, also my fishing license. If I'm ever separated from my kayak, I know I always have my fishing license on me, registration, stuff like that, so I don't have to take the walk of shame back to the kayak, back to the truck, or to the game warden's truck. The next thing on this PFD that is an absolute lifesaver is the Rogue tether. All right, I have it tethered right there to a ring. This goes right around your phone, so if you drop your phone, don't have to worry about losing it forever. All right, guys. These are 20 bucks. The tethers are around 20 bucks. Your phone is very expensive to replace. Whether it's your phone, whether it's your power pole up and down, whether it's your Newport key, anything that you're taking on the water that you don't want to replace, make sure it's tethered. I choose Rogue, all right? Rogue has had my back for years. It took one person losing their phone for me to say I'm never doing that. So again, make sure your stuff's tethered. You can put pliers on here. I don't. Another pocket. And guys, these are big pockets. You know, you can put your phone, you can put a small tackle box. You can really put anything you want in there. Going around to the back, as you can tell, it doesn't come all the way down your back. And some people ask why, right? When I'm fishing rivers, if I go in when I don't want to, right, something probably happened. What this does is it's a high back, so it keeps your head above the water. So when you're floating down or whatever, you know, instead of being face down or instead of being back and your head's in the water, this will pull it up. Next thing, see how breathable that is? You don't have to worry about the back sweats. Don't have to worry about anything there. Another thing that I like, these are some of the worst line cutters on the market, but I never want to have, you know, be fishing without anything to cut. So again, I have these things. They have little spots where you can tether stuff to. I wouldn't tether your keys or anything that you can't lose to them. Put that inside or put that in your kayak or put that somewhere safe. But yeah, this is a great option. If you're looking into a great river PFD, this is definitely it. Next up on the block, we got a Stolquist PCs, all right? This is another great option. This is the one I wore all last year without a single issue. So again, starting from the top, this one I have a whistle on the right side. Next thing is I have a chest mount. All right, this one sits a little bit lower than I like. It can get in the way of filming while you're fishing or fishing while you're filming. But I don't really have any issues with it. I'm kind of testing out where I like to see my cameras, where you guys like to see my cameras. So again, this is a good one, good spot. Going back, just like the NRS, I look for pockets. Got my Newport key. Also, this is where I keep my GoPro battery. I run the Noctua. Same thing on my NRS. I just have my cord in this one right now. Again, nice deep pockets. You can put small tackle boxes, hooks. My favorite thing is to put a bag of flukes or Senkos, something that I know I'm going to go through. I'll put them in here. They have little tie-off points for knives or, you know, whatever you want to tie off there. Another big pocket. This pocket is unique because it has Velcro. All right. So if you have anything like, I wouldn't put your phone, but like a tackle box of flies or something, put Velcro on the back, put it right here. You don't have to worry about dropping it out. Again, Rogue phone tether. Can't say it enough. I have it on all my PFDs. This is definitely worth the investment. One thing I like about this one, as you can see, there's a lot more points to tie off on that feel a little bit more structural and solid. They even got some over here. Another high back, right? Breathable back, right? Everything you would look for in a PFD, another great option. So the two PFDs that I just went over, I especially use them for rivers, right? And lakes, but specifically rivers. When you're in the river, you don't know when you're gonna hit a rock, a log, you're floating down backwards, and then you hit something and you tumble out. What you don't want to happen is your PFD not to go off. Same thing in a lake, can't even be more dangerous, right? You're not dealing with a bunch of moving water like you are in a river, like a lot of the spots I fish, but you're dealing with depth, all right? I keep 2 of these in my truck for extras for other people, or if I somehow forget mine, you got the old inflatable, all right? These are the best and the worst PFDs on the market. How this works is this is a water disposable one. So right here, right, you have a tablet in here. When you get water, right, it dissolves that tablet, blows the whole thing up, right, with this CO2 right here. Also has a manual pull tab. Pull it, auto inflates. It should. With that being said, and the reason why I keep these as backups only, because something is better than nothing. I've had these go off being in the hull of my kayak. I've had these go off being in my garage. I've had them go off being in my truck. Now, these are about 25, 30 bucks to rearm. Not the end of the world, just gets annoying, all right? Especially when you aren't using it to save yourself and you have to rearm it. With that being said, I've also tested this in a pool by jumping in, submerging myself a few seconds each time, and it did not go off, right? So I just encourage you, whatever decision you make, right? I have more confidence in the traditional style, Stolquist, NRS. I even have more confidence in a old orange Walmart $8 PFD than I do in the inflatables. So just remember, when you're on the water, something is better than nothing. And remember to trust your equipment, test your equipment, and at the end of the day, you're putting your life in your hands. So make sure you make the right decision for you. And again, something is better than nothing. But again, highly suggest go with the traditional, right? And make sure it's US Coast Guard approved. It's the only things I'll say. I like NRS. I like Stolquist. Never done me dirty. So thanks guys. Catch you on the next one.